Okay, so I'm walking back from arguably one of the hardest things I subject myself to, which is Muay Thai. I'm a 37-year-old dude that does Muay Thai 5 days a week, and sometimes there are days where I go, why the hell do I do it? I come back and I feel like shit every time I do it, yet I go back day in, day out because I have a genuine why. And I thought, what a fantastic time to discuss this, because I see a lot of guys out there that don't really have a true why. They think they do, they know what they need to do, and yet they're still not getting the shit done because their why is just superficial. And that's what I want to talk about today. And sometimes that's not an easy thing to find. So for those who don't know who I am, my name is Jimmy. I'm just your everyday run-of-the-mill guy, but I have been deriving my income online for the last 8 years with my marketing agency, My Online Guy. And I've helped over 500 people now with their service delivery in their marketing agencies. I like to think I know a thing or two about working in the digital space, but I'm not your traditional giga chad. I'm not gonna hear and spit red pill crap. I'm just gonna give you some advice as someone that's been there and done that. Okay, so before I talk about how you can develop your why and maybe why you're not getting shit done, I wanna tell you about how I actually came across my why and what my why actually is. So I always thought, till about 4 or 5 years ago, I always thought that my why was to make money. I wanted to make money so I could build a sustainable lifestyle, look after my family, things like that. And superficially, that appears to be the outcome of what has happened in my life. I've worked hard, built this agency, made enough to be able to support my family and travel full time through Southeast Asia, which we've been doing for 15 months now. But that, I realized, was just a superficial symptom of the core why. And it took a lot of soul searching to work out what my why actually was. Because what I found is when I used that as my why, as make enough money to be self-sustaining and look after my family, blah, 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 I wouldn't get the little extra things I needed done. It wasn't really the reason I was doing it. I'm like any other red-blooded man out there. I love money. I want enough money not to have to worry about things. The problem is, I got there. And then what happened? I just stopped doing the work. I stopped trying to overachieve. I stopped trying to get the shit done. And this is a problem you will run into, I promise you. Once you start making money, you start to lose the motivation to do any more because you've reached that success. If your success is one of these red pill giga chad reasons why, like I want to pick up a hot chick or I want to make bucket loads of money and things like that, you will lose motivation because you will hit that at some point. And once you do hit it, you need to really do some soul searching and find the core reason. And it's better to do that now before you get into an existential crisis where you start not feeling fulfilled anymore because you've hit the goal, you've achieved the mark that you wanted to achieve. So, what is my why and how did I come up with it? Funnily enough, it took a whole bunch of sitting down with a whole bunch of beers to really sit down and work out my why. And my why is simply this, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, I'm not going to pretend to be a giga chad or anything like that, but my why is that I am driven by the fact that no one sees my potential in life. I am destined to do something great. I don't know what that is. I don't know when that is. But in my life, I've always been underestimated by my teachers, by the students around me, by women, by bosses. No one could see what I see inside myself. And that used to frustrate me. And I couldn't articulate why that annoyed me so much. But it was annoying to know that when I was a teenager and I was getting bullied at school, I used to say to myself and go, if only they could see what I see in myself. If only they could see what I see. Why can't they see what I see? Same when it came to women. When I was younger, I used to sit there on the bus and look at women and go, why can't they see what I see? And then after, like I said, after this soul searching, I realized that's the reason, that's what drives me. I hate being underestimated and I hate people not seeing my full potential. And that has really fundamentally changed my work ethic and how I go about life. It's why I go to Muay Thai 5 times a week, because I don't want to be underestimated. I feel if I miss a day of doing Muay Thai or going to the gym and things like that, I'm just giving more people a reason not to see what I see inside, which is a super strong man, which is a really good dad, which is an amazing businessman, all those things. I'm just giving people more reason not to see that if I don't go to the gym. When I stay up an extra hour to work on my business, My Online Guy, I used to do that because I wanted to make money. Now that I've made money, I need someone else to drive me. And now I do the extra work, I do the extra curriculum, I answer all the questions in my community because I don't want to be underestimated. I want people to see my true potential. It's a little bit like Goku in Dragon Ball Z, right? He's always got another layer. Everyone thinks, oh, he's achieved something, he's there, and then bang, he comes out with another Super Saiyan form. He's always underestimated, and he's never got his true potential showing. Every time I work on my business, every time I go to the gym, I do Muay Thai, every time I do anything, I feel like no one's seeing my full potential. So I need to go out of my way to show people what I can do and what I can achieve. And once I took that as my actual why, like I said, fundamentally my whole life changed. I got fitter, I got stronger, I got more respect, I became more reliable, I became a better husband, a better dad. Everything in my life got better once I acknowledged that my actual why isn't trying to make money, isn't trying to do that. It's just my actual why is that I want people to see my full potential. I don't want to be underestimated. I want people to look at me and go, that guy has got potential. That guy is going places. I want you to take that into your business. Next time you're sitting there going, I don't feel like doing those cold calls. I want you to sit there and go, am I just showing the world that I'm not reaching my full potential because I'm not willing to make these calls when other people are? Or next time you don't want to get out of bed and go to the gym. Are you just giving substance to all these people that said you don't have the potential to achieve? That there freaking scares me. And it's what keeps me going. It's what keeps me driving. And why it works so well is because it doesn't necessarily matter what it is. It could be going to the gym, it could be exercising, it could be my business, it could be just going on a date. And I know I shouldn't care about what other people think. And in a way I don't. Like if they don't think that I'm not doing that, it's not the end of the world. It's more just using my own insecurities as the furnace for the fire. And I think that's the biggest problem I see with a lot of guys that just can't get motivated to do things. Is they're trying to use someone else's why, or they're trying to use a why that doesn't actually align with their values and align with their insecurities and align with what they actually want to achieve in life. How many guys out there have achieved amazing things because they just wanted to prove someone wrong? I don't care if you're a 6'4" and have the biggest rig on the planet, or you're some skinny dude or fat dude that's 5'3". It doesn't matter. As long as you're outworking everyone and outsmarting everyone, you're going to reach your full potential, whatever that is. It took me all of my 20s and part of my 30s to realize that. And I really hope you sit there and watch this and go, actually, he's got a point. Maybe instead of focusing on how much money I make, maybe I need to find that core furnace, that core fuel that drives me. Whether it's proving my parents wrong, whether it's proving to others that I belong on this planet and I have a reason to succeed. Trust me when I say, if you find that core, if you find that fire, you are going to achieve great things. Like it's just inevitable. You just didn't require time to get it done. But there's a lot of guys out there that listen to the Giga Chad Hamzas of the world and things like that and go, oh, actually, the way I prove the world wrong is by getting as big as I can and treating women like shit. And honestly, the best way to prove the world wrong is actually with your actions and putting in hard work, because hard work is actually a very precious commodity that a lot of people, and a character trait that a lot of people don't possess. If you're willing to do one more rep than everyone else, or make one more sales call than everyone else, then you are in the 0.001% of people on the planet that's willing to do that. And those people generally have a really compelling why is the reason they're doing it. Whether it's they had their heart broken, whether it's like me, they're just self-conscious and they feel like they're destined for great things. There's a lot of people out there that achieve great things because they're willing to do those little bit extra, because there's a why driving them. And you need to make sure that why is stronger than your why not, so that when those days where you don't want to get out of bed, you have a reason to get up and get the shit done.